plan to save Lesser Lord Kusanali and ruin our great work. Sneak into the Academia on Niagarbaha Day, using Alhaitham's status as the scribe. For there is a good chance that an opportunity to save the Lesser Lord will arise. Should your intentions be discovered, Alhaitham will turn traitor and sacrifice the traveler, thus proving his innocence. He can then stay inside the Academia and continue searching for a way to proceed forward. As for Sino, according to the Akasha's calculations, he will soon return to the Academia and confront me in person. I suppose this is also a part of your plan?
You'll see me as a traitor regardless of what I say. No, even if you impugn me, it would have little effect on you all.
You misunderstand. Losing our scribe would irreparably damage the Academia's regular operations and the development of Sumeru's future academic systems. However, under the current circumstances, even that is trivial compared to what we stand to gain from our great work.
You said that I betrayed the Academia, but you, Azar, you've betrayed all of Sumeru, betrayed its Archon.
So flight is turned to fight at long last. Well, what do we have here? So you stole that divine knowledge capsule.
Traitor! You traitor!
Even the most rational scholar will yearn for the power of a god in a moment of desperation. Aren't you doing the exact same thing as me, Alhaitham? Unfortunately for you, no god will lend you their power.
Azar!
He has gone completely insane. Take him to the Matra and exile him to Aru village. Then find someone to take these two to the confinement room. I'll deal with them later.
Grand Sage, we've finished all required preparations for Niagarbaha Day. We may begin to enter the capsules now.
Excellent. You may begin.
Paimon got a bit carried away there. How was Paimon acting just now? Great, huh? Everything's going according to plan so far. We made it into confinement, and Alhaitham's probably done with his part too. We even managed to trick Grand Sage Azar! Alhaitham, shit, what are we doing next? Paimon has trouble remembering things when she's worked up. Right! Paimon thinks...
Apart from that, we still have yet another goal in the first stage of our operation, which is to send the Traveler to the confinement room.
What? Why do we want to get him locked up on purpose?
He's always been the person the sages are most afraid of, as well as the greatest obstacle to their successful implementation of their plan. They are very aware of the risk he poses to them. Once the Traveler is imprisoned, the sages will likely think that everything is under control. And with their guard down, the next phase of our plan will have a much higher chance of success.
I can already see the pompous looks on their faces.
Oh, that's a super tricky plan. But Paimon still thinks it's not really worth it.
That isn't the only reason, of course. He has a more... According to the Academia scholars in Ramon's custody, Lesser Lord Kusanali has sealed off her consciousness in the Akasha ever since she was captured by the Doctor. That way, they can't pry any more information from her. Even if we break into the sanctuary of Surasthana, it will take time to awaken Lesser Lord Kusanali's consciousness. We need to do that in advance.
So our job is to wake up Nahida! Okay, totally worth getting thrown in jail for.
The confinement room is inside the Academia, close to the sanctuary of Surasthana. It's a completely enclosed space, and you won't be receiving any visitors. I'll work with Ramon's scholars to make some modifications to your Akasha terminal. Once you're in, get as close as you can to Lesser Lord Kusanali and try to connect to her consciousness. However, as for whether she'll actually wake up, that will depend on our luck.
Oh, no wonder you've been wearing your Akasha terminal today. It's the one that Al-Haytham modified. Paimon thought they'd take our Akasha terminals when they locked us up in here. Were they being careless? Alright, so what now? Sounds easy enough. We can finally talk with Nahida after all this time. There's a light flashing on your Akasha terminal. It's almost like... the faster it blinks, the better the signal! Here? No signal again. Is it getting jammed? Is this the right spot? Are you getting anything? Please work.
Nahida! Hey, Nahida!
When did it first start? Oh, right. I want to become a worthy Archon. So I've kept studying, kept listening to my people and their hearts. Kept looking for a way to save Irminsul. So I can catch up to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But I'm stuck in the sanctuary of Surasthana. The sages are creating a god to replace me. And I'm forced to lock my consciousness in this boundless darkness.
Nahida! Nahida!
It's so quiet here. Now that I think of it, I don't think I've ever actually listened to my own inner voice. Do Archons have them? Should Archons have them? Have I been doing the right thing? Am I really not needed? How do I really feel about all of this? It's so quiet here.
Since you're the god of wisdom, you've known the answers to all these questions since the very beginning, haven't you?
Who are you? Whose voice is that? It sounds familiar. You're right, though. I won't ignore my own voice anymore.
Nahida! Nahida?
Did you wake me up?
We're here to rescue you. Are you alright?
I'm fine. It's just... when I think of everything that's happened to me, I feel really angry now.
You should have been angry ages ago.
Huh? Oh, you're back! How's everything? That's wonderful news! Great, we weren't locked up for nothing. When you went to wake up Nahida, Paimon was listening for any sounds outside. You were out for a long time. There are fewer and fewer scholars going about now. You think everyone's done? Yep, so that means our next act is Nilou's performance.
Nilou, are you sure about this? You're taking such a great risk for them.
I'm sure, and I'm going. You know that I don't like to pass up any opportunity to dance, and this one is especially important.
All right. You seem to have a lot of trust in them, so I won't say more on the subject. But if anything happens, the few of us here may not be able to help you.
Don't worry. They've been through worse. Everything's going to be fine.
All right. You know, if you really do get arrested, we'll do everything we can to get you back. Be careful, even if it's only for our sakes.
Thanks, Mr. Zubair. You're so very kind. Yeah.
Nilou, how's it going? Nervous?
Definitely more than usual. But it's because I'm worried I won't dance well enough.
It's okay. Just focus on your performance. We'll take care of everything else.
You sure know how to talk. taking all the credit even though we came here together to help out.
Well, thank you both. I'll have to treat you to a meal after all this ends. I really, really appreciate all of your help.
Ooh, that sounds great. Ha! How can we say no to that?
All right, let's get back to business. Nilu, we'll be here to keep people from going to the academia so they don't interrupt your performance.
I was planning on telling them something like, the Academia's been conducting a weird experiment, and some of their test subjects escaped. It's really dangerous there, so stay away.
Oh, you couldn't think of anything better? Oh well, I guess it does sound like something the Academia would do.
I think it sounds great. I'm counting on you guys.
Don't worry, it'll be a piece of cake.
Hey, Nilu! Sorry, it's great to see you, but I'm really busy right now. Our Bait People Away with Yalda Candies plan is working beautifully. Do you want some candy? We have more than we can give out.
Vihar, thank you so much for doing all of this. And even dressed up as the Knight of Flowers, no less. I'll pass on the candy, though. I cut back on sweets in the period leading up to a performance, and I'm about to start one.
You have a point. The stage is cleared and everything's ready, so you can start your performance at any time.
Yeah, thanks to you. I'm really grateful. All right, time to hit the stage.
You're welcome. The honor's all mine, since I'll have such a great view of the show.
I've never seen a performance like this. This is incredible.
Yeah, but I heard that public performances like these have been banned. I can't believe she's doing this here.
Grand Sage, there's some commotion outside.
How uninteresting. Issue the new Prohibition Act from the Akasha to the guards. They'll know what to do.
Do you think we should, stop her?
Let's just watch for a little bit longer.
Did you hear that? It sounds like a lot of guards just ran by. Does this mean the plan has moved on to the next stage? Yep. It's great that everything seems to be going well. Come to think of it, when did Al-Haytham replace the knowledge capsule that was about to be entered into the Akasha? Oh, so that's when he did it! Paimon was too nervous to notice. Speaking of, didn't Al-Haytham also yoink the divine knowledge capsule from that mercenary leader in Port Ormos when everyone else was distracted? Oh, it's a time-tested trick of his. complimenting him. Yeah, he's smart and all, but he still makes Paimon's blood boil. Let's review our plan for this stage again. It's not like we have anything else to do right now anyway, and it'll help us feel more confident. Paimon remembers that Nilu's task was supposed to go a bit like this.
Now that Lesser Lord Kusanali's consciousness has been forcefully sealed, the core figures of the Academia and their guards have started to wear their Akasha terminals again. With the Doctor's technological support, they think they have nothing to fear.
How despicable of them to rely on such a person.
But this is also our chance. I was originally asked to draft the knowledge capsule for the Artistic Performances Prohibition Act when I was still at the Academia. It should be on the Grand Sage's desk right now, and will be entered into the Akasha during the next Nyargarbaha Day.
Are they really going to stop all artistic performances? That's horrible!
I'll make an identical knowledge capsule, but this time, I'll smuggle some misleading information into it. We only need to find an opportunity to switch the capsules. Once it's been entered into the Akasha on Nyargarbaha Day, if someone were to be seen performing in public, the sages would definitely use that opportunity to announce the ban. And so, the misleading information will be disseminated amongst the guards.
Sure sounds complicated, but it seems like if everything goes well, we'll be able to... That's pretty clever, getting right into their heads. I just have one question. Even if we manage to get the misleading info out to the guards, how can we be sure that they'll believe it?
People who are used to relying on the Akasha become less inquisitive, and their ability to distinguish truth from misinformation is significantly reduced. They will view everything the Akasha releases to them as the unequivocal truth.
The Akasha will turn humans into machines. I've seen it happen many times.
Yikes. Good thing I didn't wear it for long when I was working in Sumeru City. At first, I thought it was a good thing too. By the way, this plan still requires a performer, right?
Do you have someone in mind?
Nilu of Zubair Theater. I know her really well. We can trust her. I'm kinda hesitant to ask her to participate in a dangerous plan like this, but we can ask her in person.
All right. After the guards and the Academia are gone,
then it'll be time for me and my stowaway brothers to shine. Here they come. Did you see that, Raman?
After laying low in the city for so long, this is the...
We couldn't do anything to them inside their coop. But outside the Academia, this is our hunting ground.
With a lioness like you, the prey sure won't be able to run far.
We still need to eliminate the guards as soon as possible. If we give the sages enough time to realize what's happening, the plan's doomed.
All they've done is to sit on their cushy salaries and twiddle their thumbs all day while we fought and struggled every day in the desert. The only advantage they might have is their numbers.
Speaking of which, most of the guards who report directly to the Six Sages belong to the Corps of 30, but they have a completely different reputation, following those blasted sages every whim, throwing away all the principles of being a mercenary. As someone in the same profession, I'm obligated to teach him a good lesson today.
Indeed. The trap has been set.
All right, let's each take a road and herd those scattered guards back into one place. Make sure to attract their attention. Isak will be the key.
You gave such an important task to that child. Will he be okay?
It'll be fine. Isak was so determined to help. Besides, even if he's caught, the guards would be too scared to do anything to him. They've never seen Lesser Lord Kusanali in person, after all.
You've got a point. Anyway.
Good luck.
This outfit. Hey, do you remember what you need to do, Isak? When the guards get here, you...
Oh, yeah, I remember. Of course I do. I'm just,
Relax. You only need to think about getting the guards' attention and leading them to the Grand Bazaar.
Okay, got it. I'm here to pay...
Hey! They're here! I can see the Academia guards!
Alright, it's time, Isak.
is there a guard over there? Did he already run ahead of me? This is different from our plan, but there's no time.
Huh? Did I just see something? I'd better go have a look. Were my eyes playing tricks on me? I should go check to see if someone's hiding over there. There seems to be nothing here.
Good thing they didn't find me. I was close.
Hey! Lesser Lord Kusanali's over there! Stop!
What? Lesser Lord...
No, they found...
Hey! Lesser Lord Kusanali's over there! Stop!
What? Lesser Lord Kusan...
No, they found me. Where should I go?
The target suspected to be Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped into the Grand Bazaar. Assemble and arrest her! Where did she go? How did she disappear? Did we lose her? Hurry up and find...
Hey, why is your team here? Didn't we say to split up our search?
Hurry! Hurry! This place is... Why are you all here?
Yeah, isn't it one heck of a coincidence? Everybody's here. What on earth is going on? I suppose that's all of you? Who are you? Did you set us up?
Phew, that was rough. I almost got...
Little brat! So you're not actually Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Just some colleagues. Think of this as a business competition. After stepping into our traps, stop thinking of yourselves as hunters. Behave like the prey you are.
An ambush? How's that possible? This is Sumeru City, but mercenaries from the desert somehow ambushed us!
You've spent all your time hiding away in the academia. This place has long since become our hunting ground. Break...
This is odd. The academia has quieted down after the conclusion of the Niagarbahood. Where are the guards? Why...
Grand Sage, how may I be of assistance?
I called for the guards. Why did you come?
My apologies. Right now, all academia guards have entered the city to perform the ordered arrest.
Arrest? I have an ominous...
Arrest Lesser Lord Kusanali, right?
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. I wouldn't dare make up something like that. Right now, everyone is in a panic, and many are saying that Lesser Lord...
What happened? Lesser Lord Kusanali somehow escaped? Was it Alhaitham and his part? That's impossible. The academia is heavily guarded today. What manner of trickery did they employ? Disappear? Wait. How was the arrest order distributed to the guards?
It was issued by the Akasha earlier today. Only you have the authority to send messages like that, so I thought it was your order.
Let me check. Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped from the sanctuary of Surasthana. Go to the city and arrest the escapee immediately. The Akasha indeed contains this. How did they bypass my permissions to issue this kind of message? Was it the report about the traveler? No. Well, even if I think... Have you been to the sanctuary of Surasthana?
Confirm. No, it may be a bit offensive to say this, but... how can the information in the Akasha, if we have to confirm the information and not... Then how is that any different from us learning that information ourselves? Wouldn't Greater Lord Rukkhadevata...
In the beginning, it was I who asked you to believe in the Akasha, to believe in the legacy left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Are you trying to use my words against me?
No, Grand Sage.
Stay here and see if there...
Yes, Grand Sage.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has escaped from the sanctuary of Suristhana. How can that be? Stop thinking about it. Stop. It must be a trick of theirs. As long as I personally confirm it. Ah! Impossible. That's impossible. There must be something wrong with my eyes. She really appeared again? What is the meaning of this?
What a comical sight is all. Once the Akasha has put certain thoughts into your head, even the Grand Sage can no longer see what's right in front of him. You all can only see the world in your mind, the one you think. And precisely because of this, you disregarded Lesser Lord Kusanali's existence. She has been a wise and worthy Archon.
Sino, have you been waiting for a chance like this? The Akasha predicted that you would return to the Academia to confront me, but I didn't expect it to turn out like this. I was careless.
No, you were blinded. Your faults stem from your reliance on the Akasha. You're still the same as always.
I truly did not expect a proud person like you to cooperate with Alhaitham and the Traveler.
People change, Azar. Admit it. The Akasha can't predict my actions anymore.
Then tell me, what have you—
You want to buy time? This is the sanctuary of Suristhana. Under your own regulations, even Academia staff are forbidden to come here. No one will come to save you. As for the investigation, I've at least confirmed that you are guilty of insurgency against the Archon. A serious crime.
So what? Did you do all of this so I would plead guilty in front of you, General Mahamatra?
No. I want you to plead guilty in front of the Archon herself. You once said that I had no standing to judge you. So now, how about judgment in the name of a god?
How long do we have to wait? Paimon hasn't heard any sounds outside for a while. Hopefully something bad didn't happen. Yeah, but aren't you scared that we might be locked up in here for the rest of our lives? Thinking about it, at least Paimon has you. We could still chat like this. When Paimon thinks of Nahida being imprisoned...
Here comes your savior.
Dia! Paimon just knew you would come to rescue us!
You two really owe me some big thanks. I had to search through who knows how many guards to find the key here. It felt even more tiring than whacking them. I'm exhausted.
Thanks a lot. Need Paimon to rub your shoulders?
No, that's, I'll pass.
What are you afraid of? Oh,
now isn't the time to talk about being ticklish. Things in the city and on Sino's side are both going well. The guards that stormed out of the Academia are all taken care of. The Corps of 30 is in charge of the city's defenses, but we already talked to Asfand. They've been fed up with the sages bossing them around. As long as it doesn't break their employment contracts, they'll turn a blind eye.
That's probably because you've been super great friends with them for a long time.
The Grand Sage is in his custody. Even I know how terrible it is to fall into Sino's hands, so he probably does too. Sino forced him to release Lesser Lord Kusanali. He has no choice but to obey. So, hurry to the sanctuary of Suristhana. Assuming nothing weird happened, we should have already rescued our Archon. Honestly, I didn't expect our ragtag bunch to do this well. We just came together last minute to save the Archon, you know? Alright, you two better go. I still have to clean up some messes in the city. See you around.
Try and stop me!
Should I say, it's nice to meet you? This is the first time we've met in real life. Before, we've only met in dreams, consciousness, or when I was in someone else's body. Thank you so much for coming to rescue me. During this time, I did some self-reflection. My sense of inferiority and yielding to the academia led to all of this, and created so much trouble for you all.
Exactly! We're here because you're a good Archon and one of our friends!
Thanks, you two. Amazing. So this is how it feels to walk out of that cage with my own body. It's like I just had an endlessly long dream. I can't even tell if I just woke up or was only now born into this world. My concept of self has become so clear. But now doesn't seem to be the time to indulge in this feeling. This is really embarrassing. You all just rescued an Archon, and now she needs your help to save her country, and even the entire world.
It's okay. With you here, Paimon's sure that everything will work out.
There's one more thing.
What is it?
For all the things the academia did to me, and for all the folly it committed in the name of wisdom, as their Archon, I will make them pay.
Ah, wow! That's the spirit! You're finally standing up for yourself and not letting people walk all over you!
I understand now. To be a better Archon, I first need to better myself. If you haven't even figured out how to be a caterpillar, how can you be a butterfly? Yes, true. That reminds me. I wonder how far along the academia is with their god creation plan. We need to hurry and prevent the birth of that false god. I need to make some preparations. Since I'm now free, I can establish a direct link to the Akasha and control it. First things first, I need to remove the restrictions that the doctor put on me in the Akasha. After that, I'll make some adjustments and revoke the sage's permissions. The Akasha will then be like how it originally was, only operable by the Archon. After all, the academia betrayed Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's trust. This might take some time. In the meantime, you should also work on your own preparations. If we don't stop the god creation plan in time, we'll be in for a tough fight.
You might as well prepare for a fight. When we're done, we can take a walk around. After all, we missed out. How's it going, Nahida?
I'm done with the parts that needed my involvement to complete. Although it's my first time working with the Akasha like this, its internal structure and operation procedures are easy for me to understand. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's design is truly brilliant. Oh, also, this is for you.
Huh? What's this little floaty thingy?
It's a small device I put together just now. You can think of it as an upgraded Akasha terminal. You may not need it right now, but it should be helpful in certain situations.
Wait! This thing has the same characteristics as Paimon! We're both small things that float! Oh, all the things that make Paimon
It's alright, Paimon. It can't replace you. It's only a flying device, but you're the Traveler's irreplaceable friend.
You're so good at comforting people, Nahida. If only the Traveler was as smart as you.
I was simply telling you what I feel to be the truth. I wasn't trying to comfort you.
Nahida, you're natural at this. What you just said made Paimon even happier.
By the way, there's something I need to confess. Even though I'm the Archon and in control of myself again, I'm not very good at fighting. You may have heard that an Archon's power is derived from their people's faith. However, I'm not as well loved as Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. If we get into a situation where combat is our only option, I'll have to count on you, and I'll do my best to provide support. I'm glad I can rely on you.
So the God of Wisdom isn't good at fighting? That actually sounds about right.
I've located where the false god is. Time is of the essence, so let's skip to it.
What is this place? Is this really the way we need to go? Wow. Who would have thought there'd be a place like this hidden right slap bang in the middle of the city?
The sages wanted to realize their god creation plan without being discovered. The safest and most convenient way would be to build within the academia itself.
That's true. They were already hiding one god, so why not two?
Judging from the structure here, the project is a huge undertaking. The sages really saw the god creation plan as their ultimate goal. But this place doesn't look like it could have been constructed by the academia alone. The Fatui under the doctor sure didn't hold back.
Yeah, or else they wouldn't have been that generous.
Is that it, though? I've always felt that this doctor is different from the academia sages. He doesn't seem to share their sense of urgency. Instead of being interested in the end product, it's like he's enjoying the experimental process.
The Fatui Harbingers are all such weirdos. So, the doctor being weird is actually normal.
So, this Fatui that they're trying to turn into a god is called the Balladeer? We had previously come into contact with his consciousness. He harbors particularly strong obsessions. One is the desire for a gnosis, since he was created to be the vessel for one. The other obsession is probably related to...
Paimon knows that he was a prototype puppet for the Raiden Shogun before he became a Fatui Harbinger. That's why he wants a gnosis so badly. There's no way he'd willingly be a test subject. Now with that temper and ego of his...
It sounds like you know the Balladeer quite well. I see. Tell me more about him and what he's like. The more we know now, the better we can plan for and react to any future situation. I see. How fascinating. Alright, time to go. Let's get through here and meet him in person.
Work time!
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
No excuse for slacking! Quickly!
This!
My duty!
Incinerate! Pyroclastic surge!
This isn't good.
It looks like we can climb up these pipes.
stop me!
The pattern on the ground seems all messed up. Let's go around and see if there's a way to fix it. It seems to have stopped. Let's continue.
Rev the engines!
Hip. Hup.
Let's begin!
By royal decree...
Incinerate!
Let's end this quickly!
Light it up! Full throttle!
I guess this is it.
Frozen.
Try and stop me!
God, reveal thyself! Wings of darkness! Come, step... I must make note.
It's time for a flash-free chill to the bone! Wrath from the skies! Rev the engines!
Pay your dues.
Oh, so sorry.
Freeze!
By royal decree, I summon thee! Hup. Shadow Raven, let night fall!
Dodge this!
Steady as stone, as a dutiful maid would. The cart is stuck. Maybe there's something wrong with the tracks. Let's try adjusting the direction of the device to clear the tracks.
Try and stop me!
Oz, reveal thyself!
Try and stop me!
No more words!
By royal
this quickly! Who's this?
I must leave no... I will end you. That's it to work. So quiet.
Light of the blazing sun!
Oz, reveal!
Burn it down!
Let's end this quickly!
Leave it all to me.
This is bad. I'll put you behind me. This is all that.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Light it up! Pyroclastic surge!
You can't hurry enough. You can't
Time to
run.
buckle down.
Well done.
Don't get frostbite. Freeze.
Burn it down!
By royal decree...
Light of the blazing sun!
Steady as stone. Time to clean up.
As you wish, mein Fräulein.
Rev the engines!
Looking at its operational status, we must prepare for the worst. The god they wanted to create is likely close to completion or already completed.
Oh no! What should we do? Paimon can't imagine how hard it would be to fight against a Fatui Harbinger with a Gnosis!
Are you nervous, Paimon?
If you really want to know... Of course Paimon's nervous! Aren't you too, Nahida?
Yes, I am. This is probably the first time I faced with a calamity of this degree since my birth. I feel not just nervous, but curious as well.
Curious? Curious about what?
Curious about our fate. To me, everything we perceive in this world, everything we learn, and everything that happens to us is considered knowledge. And if it's a form of knowledge, then it can be understood. However, only fate is about that which has yet to occur, so it has always drawn my curiosity. So to me, fate is the ultimate knowledge. That's also why I love observing humans and all the things that happen to them. It all brings me great satisfaction. And now, at long last, I'm not just an observer anymore. I will personally experience my own fate with you by my side. Isn't this such a wonderfully exciting thing?
Ah, so that's what you mean. Paimon thinks she understands what you're feeling.
Agreed. Okay, let's continue on. I can sense his aura from here.
Who would have thought the world would be so eager for my birth? I remember you, Booer, the god of wisdom, and standing beside you, the traveler.
Is he all-knowing and powerful now like Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
No, I can't feel the same kind of divinity I felt from the Greater Lord. It seems that the sages didn't get the chance to infuse the divine knowledge capsules into him. But even still, he has undoubtedly become a true god now.
So we're too late? The Balladeer has already become a god?
The Balladeer. A long bygone title. When my spirit ascended to divinity, I felt as if I had existed for the same number of epochs as heaven and earth. Looking back, the existence of what once called itself Kunikazushi appears infinitely small and ugly.
This imposing aura, it really feels like the gods!
A body that capitalizes on the Balladeer's original construction as a mechanical puppet, with the Gnosis serving as a constant power supply. How much effort and resources did the sages put into this? From a purely technological perspective, it's a commendable achievement indeed. It's no exaggeration to say, this is the culmination of human wisdom.
You sure are something! Dishing out compliments at a time like this?
But I don't think he's reached the spiritual height of a god.
Strife is engraved upon every god and every gnosis brought forth. Can you feel it? The exhilaration of such power and the thrill of anticipation.
Nahida wouldn't feel the same things as—
Do you not realize that you are interrupting a conversation between gods? Lowly creature, know your—
The strife engraved upon a gnosis. You're talking about the Archon War. Tevat's current peace was not easily won. I didn't personally participate in the Archon War, but the way I see it, all those losses were meaningless, driven by the demands of the laws. There's no point in bringing it up again.
Is that so? Yet I am deeply disappointed that I was never allowed— This is a first. Encountering a god in this world who does not crave power. No wonder your own people have abandoned you, god of wisdom. Your judgment is as your existence. Unsubstantial. This is where everything ends, Booer, the god of wisdom. You should know that wisdom cannot solve every problem. Like now, where your only option is to face me. Come! Let us reenact a scene of the Archon War. Come and Insignificant pest!
Pyroclastic surge!
Odd reveal!
Cool it! Perish!
I must leave no stone unturned.
Oh, so sorry.
At my command, you shall fall!
By
Rise with the sun!
Kneel!
Pyroclastic surge!
Burn to oblivion!
Shadow Raven, let night fall!
Not bad. Kneel! Dodge this!
Leave it all to me.
Light it up!
Reality is pain! This is supposed to be a battle between gods, yet you choose to hide behind a mortal. And now, you're acting like you'd sacrifice yourself for a human. Are you having fun proving a false sense of heroism to yourself, Boor?
The data collection is almost complete. Do you even know how many times you've tried to take my gnosis from me? We just concluded the 168th loop. Did you know that in the effort to create you, the people of Sumeru were forced to live through the exact same number of Sub-Zerus festivals and Samsara cycles?
The power of dreams. When did you use it on me? You can't even defeat me in a dream. What do you hope to achieve with this little trick?
Come, Traveler. Just like before. Allow me to awaken the memories in your dreams.
All that battle experience!
It's more than that. Compile everyone's wisdom in the name of the Archon. That is the original function of the Akasha. I've sent everything that happened just now to the people of Sumeru in the form of knowledge. I've asked them to help you find a way to defeat the false god. wisdom is at your disposal.
Meaningless tricks won't save you. Are you done with your tricks? Can I finally take this as a real battle between gods?
I'll leave this to you. The first sage of Boor.
I am the all-knowing God! Burn to oblivion!
I see everything!
Kneel!
Try and stop me!
As you wish, main Fräulein.
I must leave no stone unturned.
This one will be frozen.
The Temple of Wisdom.
Reality is pain.
Rev the engines! Wrath from the sky!
Leave it up to me.
To oblivion!
As a good night tune.
Rise of the sun!
What's the hurry? Freeze!
Roll.
Good riddance, cruel world.
Pyroclastic surge! Incinerate!
Yeah, this may hurt a little.
Burn it down!
Your new god awakens! Now, your eyes have been opened.
Rise with the sun!
Burn to oblivion! Filth!
Incinerate!
I must leave no stone unturned. Hey!
Kneel!
I see everything.
Burn it down!
Reality is pain!
Everyone hold hands.
oblivion!
Rise with the sun!
By royal decree!
Someone... Wrath from the sky!
Humans. Filthy humans. Wait! Please! Anything but the Gnosis! That's mine! Don't even try! I'll never go back!
We haven't yet found the answer to the most important mystery. Irminsul is still waiting to be saved. With the power of another Gnosis, we may now finally understand the last memory of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
This is...
That's right. This is the last memory of my predecessor.
Huh. This sure seems very different from what Paimon imagined. Shouldn't Irminsul be in this realm of consciousness?
Yes, that is our destination. But I didn't expect the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata to be as polluted as this. Forbidden knowledge? It seems you know about a concept that even I don't completely understand. Could you tell me what you know? Your inference seems logical enough. Forbidden knowledge once polluted the desert thousands of years ago, but was successfully repelled thanks to King Deshret's self-sacrifice, and Greater Lord Rukkhadevata nearly exhausting her power. Then, a second instance of forbidden knowledge pollution occurred during the Conria Cataclysm 500 years ago. But I'm afraid it is much more serious this time, with Irminsul itself already in danger.
So, if we're in the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, and it's also been affected by forbidden knowledge pollution, then does that mean, in order to save us, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata?
Yes. It's very possible that she sacrificed her life in the fight against forbidden knowledge. She didn't completely eradicate forbidden knowledge, but if it weren't for her actions, the pollution would have been far more rampant over these past 500 years. The way that everyone, including me, has forgotten everything about forbidden knowledge may very well be due to her restoration of Irminsul.
Aww. Do you feel sad, Nahida?
I'm just sharing her pain. The pollution of her consciousness here is severe. There is madness, chaos, and pain all around us. Did she fight to resist the forbidden knowledge pollution in such terrible conditions, all the way up to her last breath? She even used her last remnant of lucid consciousness to leave a clue for us to follow. Yes, her words were distorted by forbidden knowledge, so that's all we could hear. But now, we have a chance we can cross the polluted consciousness until we found the right path to meet with her lucid consciousness. And then, we'll let Greater Lord Rukkhadeva. Each of us need to be mindful of the state of our own consciousness while we are here. Even with the Gnosis' protection, we must always keep a clear mind. Otherwise, we could go mad at any moment. Don't worry, it should be easy enough for you to keep that mind of yours clear, Paimon. Let's go.
Are we in the air? And why is there a huge boat?
That's the boat of consciousness, which symbolizes reason here. Its course is...
Wow! What are these? The monsters seem to have been affected by them.
Burn it down! Pyroclastic surge!
By royal decree!
Rise with the...
Leave it up to me!
Oh, so sorry.
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day!
Dodge this!
Full throttle! Light of the blazing sun!
Oz, reveal thyself!
Freeze!
As a dutiful maid would.
Burn it down! Wrath from the sky!
As you wish, mein Fräulein.
Rise with the sun!
This moment will be frozen in time. Cool it!
Light of the blazing sun!
No rest. Freeze!
Burn it down!
I summon thee! Wings of darkness! Come!
Wrath from the sky!
Look! Four-leaf sigils have appeared in the sky!
Try and stop me! Try and stop me! Full throttle!
By royal decree! I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up.
Cool it!
Try and stop me!
Oh, goodness gracious! Oz,
Don't get frostbite.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Light of the blazing sun!
Freeze!
By royal decree!
Rise with the sun!
Leave it all to me.
Cool it! Oh, so sorry. Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Pyroclastic surge!
As as a dutiful maid would.
Burn it down!
Oz, reveal the... To control the boat of consciousness, we need to find the helm first.
Rev the engines!
We changed direction. Are we still going the right way, Nahida?
Mm-hmm. Judging from the current route, the boat of consciousness will soon take us out of here. We'll be arriving at our destination soon. How are you feeling?
Huh? But everything's...
Hopefully there won't be any more interruptions.
Are you saying you've never met Greater Lord Ruka?
No. It seems that my birth and her death took place at the same time. Otherwise, I think she would have...
Hey! You've done a great job, Nahida! So, is this the place you were talking about? The base of Irminsul?
Well, this is the place.
We're here to find Greater Lord Ruka Devata, right? But the one standing over there is...
Is that... me? She looks exactly like me. Are you Greater Lord Ruka Devata?
Yes, that's me. Are you surprised by my appearance? Irminsul and the surrounding lands have been reproduced here as they were years ago. But this is just a realm of consciousness. We are manifestations of the same nature. Hence why we would appear exactly the same.
We're of the same nature? Why?
Because you are me, and I am you. You are me in the new samsara.
The new samsara?
As Greater Lord Rukadevata, I'm the avatar of Irminsul, and you are the purest branch snapped from Irminsul. Imagine it this way. Even if a tree dies, its branches will eventually take root and grow, continuing the tree's life in another form. I'm merely the remaining consciousness of Greater Lord Rukadevata. The real me has presumably died a long time ago. Judging from your appearance, I've probably been dead for 500 years. But you're finally here. My new self in the samsara.
If this is true, then am I going to be a great archon like you someday?
Though we share the same nature, our fates are bound to be different. All things have their own fate. When a branch grows into a mature tree, it won't be the same as the original tree.
That's why fate is the ultimate knowledge, isn't it?
That's a great insight. Yes, very good. It's also precisely why you won't become like me. But perhaps you may become an even greater archon than I. I already see a determination in you that I didn't possess in my time. And the future that it leads you to will be yours alone, along with the blessings from your past experiences. Don't worry. The growth of wisdom is like that of a...
Come to think of it, the sages never had the faintest inkling of the meaning of wisdom.
Thank you. Nothing makes me happier than discovering that the Archon I always admired was in fact myself in another fate. It's so nice to speak with you, Greater Lord Rukkhadeva.
The feeling is mutual. From the moment I snapped the branch off Irminsul and created you, I've also looked forward to talking with you.
Could you tell me why you wanted to create me? And what exactly happened when you died?
Ah, I see. Your here's everything that day. Even the sky itself changed into a color like at that time. The seven were all summoned to the nation of Conria. Except for me. I had a more important I had to protect Irminsul. The disaster occurred together with the pollution of forbidden knowledge. The pain started to... Had I not repelled the pollution of forbidden knowledge with King Deshret thousands of years ago?
So what exactly is forbidden knowledge?
It's a kind of knowledge that doesn't belong to this world. It came from the very bottom of the abyss. Even I could never understand it. The world is constantly rejecting it, leading to all kinds of bad phenomena. If we allow forbidden knowledge to pollute Irminsul, I'm afraid the entirety of Teyvat could fall apart.
So, there's knowledge that even the God of Wisdom can't understand?
At that time, I knew I couldn't repel the forbidden, which is why I created...
It's truly the world's most amazing invention.
Thank you. For a long time, I thought dreams were the fruit of human wisdom. Though it was selfish to do so, I borrowed people's dreams using the Akasha. Then I compiled their wisdom.
Well, did it work?
Thanks to the wisdom of the people of Sumeru, almost all the forbidden knowledge was cleared from Irminsul. But things didn't go as smoothly as I thought. And then I remembered that my consciousness was also connected with Irminsul. It brought me knowledge and wisdom, but vile corruption as well. From the very beginning, my existence had been polluted by the forbidden knowledge.
Oh no.
I've experienced that pain in your consciousness.
Yes, but my feeling... Even if I died, my existence and everything related to me would continue to exist in Irminsul as memories and knowledge, meaning that the forbidden knowledge couldn't ever be permanently eradicated. And there's no way for me to eliminate myself. So, I took the purest branch of Irminsul as my incarnation in the next, all in hopes that you would come here and remove me and my pollution from...
Wait!
So you realize what Irminsul has all the knowledge and memories of this world. And as you've realized just now, removing me from Irminsul means I essentially will never have existed in this world. But this is the only way to save Irminsul.
People love you so much and they've missed you so much over the past 500 years. I am exactly the same. So how can we just forget you like this? Is there really no other way? There must be something else I can do.
You're the god of wisdom, Booer. You should know that there is no other way.
But this is so cruel. I don't want to forget you.
No need to feel so sad, Booer. As someone who delights in wisdom, you should feel joy at finally finding the answer. These are the words in their entirety. The answer you've been seeking all along. Let the world completely forget me. We all nestle under the great tree of wisdom, peering out to perceive the world. From the earth and from the rain, we perceive its wonders, until we become a white bird to perch atop a branch, and finally snap off the most important leaf. Once upon a time, I alone dreamed in this world. In my dreams, everybody would also dream after they fell asleep. Wild and wonderful thoughts would emerge from their minds. Some tumbled to the ground, and others floated to the sky, connecting all things in the world into one dazzling net. Among a plethora of worlds were numerous smaller worlds, all of fate, finding within the tapestry their brilliant glow. I gradually understood that these indescribable and constantly changing things are the most profound things in the world. Only they can completely repel the madness. Only dreams can awaken consciousness from the deepest darkness. I'm the one who posed this question, yet also the one who sought a solution. Saving the world with the dreams of the people used to be my answer. And now, you've also found your own answer, and I shall return all the dreams to the people. Goodbye, people of Sumeru. May you be blessed tonight with the sweetest of dreams.
I'm alright. We've just saved the world. So why am I crying? I don't know where this feeling inside of me is coming from, but I feel very sad. Just now, we used the power of two gnosis to successfully connect with the Ermin Soul consciousness from 500 years ago. Then, we removed the remaining pollution from Merman Soul.
Yeah, what's wrong?
Huh? That sound. Traveler! Paimon!
I've been waiting here far too long. But finally I have the chance to be alone with you. All the precious time I wasted has finally paid off.
The doctor! What have you done?
Just a type of sound wave that can quickly put defenseless people into a dream. As I expected, it doesn't have any effect on gods. This is the only thing of interest I found among the sage's research. I thought I'd take it for a little spin. Don't worry. I know you would never forgive me if I actually killed them. I'm here to negotiate with you. Naturally, I won't do anything dangerous that could potentially damage our relationship.
Negotiate with me? I heard you had already left Sumeru. Why are you here again now?
I left Sumeru, but I also stayed in Sumeru. Even the God of Wisdom is restricted by the habits of cognition. How disappointing.
You mean there are many different versions of you in this world?
An astute guess. Even the same individual will have different cognitions at different ages.
A long time ago, I made a major decision in hopes of preserving all my perspectives of how I observed the world. Observation is the first step of any experiment, but observing the current world doesn't satisfy me. It lacks an important dimension, that of time. So I saved segments of all my ages and made them into independent individuals. That's all there is to it. Indulge me. How does the God of Wisdom find my method of seeking knowledge?
It's an insult to the very concept of life. Life inherently has many rules and restrictions, each with its own significance and reason to exist. It can't be broken on a whim.
Good. Amazing. Indeed, it's difficult for humans to make peace with themselves, not to mention oneself from a different period.
Since you're in the academia, why wait until now to show up? You could very well have stopped us and helped that fake god.
Simple. Let me ask you this. Would any staff member ever help the subject in the middle of an experiment? It was my experiment. So why should I interfere with the result?
The academia saw the plan to create a god as their ultimate goal. You really are crazy. If the experiment succeeded, you would have had a new god on your hands. How would you still take the same stance? Would you still hold the same view of yourself?
I'm first and foremost a scholar. These results should be left to the judgment of the hypothetical me confronted with that outcome.
As an individual, you don't have any sense of belonging. You seem to have even fewer convictions than a typical scholar.
Oh no, I certainly have my own convictions. They just don't fit your standards, that's all. All right, that's enough conversation for today. The experiment is over, and it's time to tidy up the equipment and reclaim any useful materials. For example, the Gnosis. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you're an intelligent Archon. I'm sure you understand the disparity in our combat abilities at this time.
Didn't you say you were here to negotiate with me? Somehow, it started...
After all, I'm also...
Your hypocrisy is built on absolute confidence. I understand your scheme, but... What if I were to destroy the Gnosis now and awaken the heavenly principles?
Awaken the heavenly principles? Do you think that's really possible?
The heavenly principles have been silent for many years, but the Gnosis are symbols of their control over Tevat and all the laws. Will the destruction of a Gnosis attract the attention of the heavenly principles? And if so, how do the Fatui plan to deal with the consequences? Do you dare to gamble such a possibility with me?
Gamble? How surprising. I thought you would show evidence or use rigorous reasoning to prove your point. The word but this is a clever move. You must have seen through me when I first captured your consciousness. As a scholar, I respect all possibilities. Indeed, I can't ignore this possibility.
This foreign Gnosis will only lead to disaster if it stays in Sumeru. But this Electro-Gnosis is the prize I obtained after defeating one of your fellow Harbingers. Now, as the one who initiated this cascade of events...
Price? Interesting. What price?
How about erasing all your other segments?
So this is how you wish to restrict me. Segments are extraordinarily difficult to make. They require extremely rare resources and enormous amounts. Yes, how very interesting. Can I among all the versions of me, this segment you see now is the most selfish. If it weren't me, your idea wouldn't have worked. What did you see when you were imprisoned? You were
Like you said, it's difficult to make peace with yourself. Being as smart as you are, have you managed to do that?
I see. If you think all those versions of me are worth a Gnosis, then deep.
You sure didn't hesitate much. Is the relationship between all the versions of you really that bad?
I don't think there's any need to dwell on that. The surplus versions of me can be exchanged for a gnosis. Do you think anyone can offer themselves at a higher price? Besides, with my abilities, it's only a matter of time until I find better perspectives. But what I'd like to know is, how can you be sure that I've really erased them?
I can see your remaining honesty.
What a ridiculous decision! You can't be serious!
How could I have been so short-sighted?
You think this is the end? Wait, I'll have my revenge!
You'll make
Good
this moment
riddance.
count.
You will regret this!
Well, have you confirmed that it's complete?
Here, take it. The future of Sumeru City will be in my hands alone. I will shut down the Akasha, and there won't be any further gaps for you to exploit.
It truly pains me that my academic achievements have never been appreciated in my homeland. Of course, I have another chess piece. And where is your dendronosis?
Don't be greedy, Harbinger of Snezhnaya.
No, this is a different transaction. If you intend to turn off the Akasha anyway, then there's no further use for... Besides, isn't it the Archon's duty? Oh, judging from your expression, you don't seem to find the idea very agreeable. Then let's think of it this way.
People exchanging knowledge with the God of Wisdom is the stuff of legends. Yet here you wish to exchange knowledge for the God of Wisdom's property. Arrogant as that is...
Let me ask you, have you in all your mighty knowledge ever heard the rumor that the skies of Tevat are fake?
Huh?
That's the secret hidden by Irminsul concerning the... Once I finish telling you about this, it will be time for me to say goodbye. With negotiations, we've all gotten what we...
Your arrogance may know no bounds, and convictions may mean nothing to you. But I'll still listen to what you have to say.
Together! Okay. Are you awake? Kali says it's time for breakfast. Come on, get up! Good morning! How are you feeling today? Good to hear. It looks like we've recovered pretty well. Not even Tainari could stop us from going out now, right? Traveler.
Freeze!
Cry out my illustrious name.
Full throttle!
Sucker for a punch, huh?
Happy to oblige.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Light it up!
Need
Something to add to my collection. Rev the engines! Happy to oblige.
By royal decree!
Where do you think you're going?
No more tricks up your sleeve!
Where do you
Try and
think
stop
you're
me!
going?
Something to add to my collection. Rev the engines! Hey, not a bad haul. Try and stop me! Full throttle! Light up the blazing sun! Incinerate!
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day!
Incinerate! The rewards of an adventure. Try and stop me! Rev the engines! of our legacy. Full throttle! Phew. Try and stop me! Hip. Hip. Full throttle! Try and stop me! Full throttle! Hip. Rev the engines! Try and stop me!
I have recorded the tune that you requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
Oh, thank you. Straight word, but ping.
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change in this world, and yet you appear just the same as ever.
Time has little bearing on one's existence, nor has one keenly felt its effects whilst dwelling at Mount Outsong. Nevertheless, Ping, one would like to seek your counsel on a personal matter.
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden?
Well, the inquiry is as such. Approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor, not unlike the one that you yourself lead?
It does not require as much as you may think. Still, do you mean that...
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping! What are you...
Nothing save for some trivial matters. Have you unearthed any useful details?
Shinto has a theory, but let's save it for when Chuyu and Miss Yundai have joined up with us again.
Do not be troubled, young lady.
What do you think, Chuyu? Does it match up with what you know?
According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianheng. Maybe... That's why I don't have many memories of him. But there was this one time I found a box in her attic full of a bunch of weird sigils. I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
What marvelous tea. I can taste the dews. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains, thoroughly one with nature.
Is that so? Then please drink as much as you like. There's no need to hurry. At our age, it's always nice to slow down and take the time to...
Thank you.
Okay, since we have the time, can I ask you something?
Sure thing. What would you like to know?
I have a secret I want to tell you.
Full throttle!
What's wrong, Chuyu?
Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant, but...
Oh! About that.
Well, you guys just seem super special. Plus, I think I might have heard Miss Shen Yun...
Must have been a slip of the tongue. Shen Yun, since you were the one who, misspoke, maybe...
One is indeed an Adeptus. Is that of some concern?
Huh? I knew it. Well, one time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane. I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. But then this snowy white crane flew down from the... She put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I was already back in my bed, and I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe any of you have ever met an Adeptus like that?
A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown. Have you ever met one that's pure white, Clovertiner?
Never has one met an Adeptus with such features. One surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative accounts.
That's weird. Was it really just Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. All I really want is to help Granny recover her memories.
Leave it to us! Now that we know the 3 locations, we just need to visit them. Let's go to Wangshu Inn first!
Okay, I'll go get Granny.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
frostbite.
Cool it!
Pew pew! Nice and spicy! Come on out! Can't handle your drink, huh?
Oh, so sorry. Advance! Everyone on me!
I'm going in!
As a good knight should. I must leave now.
Give up. Your life is mine. Let's light it up!
Charge!
Everybody stand back!
Press the advantage!
As a dutiful maid would.
Don't waste my time.
Fall in!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Time to clean up.
Submit! It's nothing.
Everyone on me! Charge!
Steady as stone.
Everybody stand back! Adventure time! Don't waste my time. Your life is mine. It's nothing.
Floaty floaty!
Going under! Frost is coming! Pair!
Let me weave you a verse. Not good.
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
I swear, it's for medical research.
Dead Reckoning!
You might feel a little prick.
Oz, reveal thyself! Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Yeah! Don't be nervous. Just relax. No. Uh-oh! Wibbly wobbly! Huh? Now I'm mad! Yeah! Don't slip that! Go! Yeah! Yeah! Huh? Yeah!
By royal decree...
Calm down! Don't slip and fall! You might feel a little sick!
Wings of darkness! Come, sever...
Yeah!
Not too far now.
Let the show begin.
Chip on up!
Time to say hello. Farewell.
Turn that frown upside down. Cast your worries to the wind. Come on, we can do it.
Surprise! Let the magic begin!
Tell me what you see.
Time to relax. Bad dreams be gone. Let's dance.
Chip on up!
Ready, steady, go!
Wangshu Inn. Wangshu Inn.
Do you remember this place, Granny?
Yes. The fish here is very delicious. And if you look out into the distance, you can always spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock. I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window. Yes, I spent a lot of time looking out.
I'll come with.
Paimon's still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about. Whoa! Shao! What are you doing here all of a sudden? You scared the—
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look. If you're here, then there's likely no trouble. It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form. I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
Oh, wow! What was she like? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
An impressive imitation.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics. The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
A Cloud Retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape? When dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world, a mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choices.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago when she decided to don her human form. I believe it was for the purpose of...
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Granny, are you okay?
Back then, at this place,
Perhaps this conversation should end here. Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name. However, given that you are traveling with Cloud Retainer, I trust you are in good hands.
Everyone! I think Granny is finally beginning to remember her past.
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has been recalled.
A long time ago, I stayed here to recuperate from my illness.
Huh. So what Shinto said was true! You did fall ill! Was that why you went into hiding?
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. The only thing I can remember, I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious. I'd come to every once in a while and stare at the migrating birds outside the window. One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul-revitalizing tea pills. He told me that the pills were concocted using adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms.
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, and it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check?
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, if only I wasn't so useless.
Hey, you're not useless. You've done so much for me. Watch me.
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated. That's all.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all. Let us make haste to the next location.
Next location. There isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start? Oh, after all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh,
Try and stop me! Burn it down! Full throttle!
I don't remember this place at all. Still, I was thinking. This place feels...
Huh? Why?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's because...
I don't remember playing it that much. Are you sure about that, Granny? We only played a few times, and we stopped once we realized I was no good at the whole seeking part.
Ah, is that so?
Not here.
place.
Did you remember something, Granny?
I remember. Shuyu, this is where your father was born. It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit. I had exhausted my strength when the labor pains came on, so we took refuge in this house. Your grandpa set up a barrier outside, but neither of us knew if it could hold the monsters back. I remember that night. I remember falling to my knees. I alone am the source of this sin. Punish me.
Sin? Oath?
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying, and eventually the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries. That baby was your father. I remember I clutched him tight to my
dad?
He was my pride and joy. And so are you, Shuyu. But you're always going to be different from me. I
don't care what you might have done, Granny.
You're too sweet, Shuyu. All right. Let's not stand around any...
If one recalls correctly, the next place...
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end, do they not?
Does this place feel familiar to you, Granny One Day?
Let me see. How strange. Have I lived? When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of familiarity. I could easily picture myself in... But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
But did the stories get it wrong then? Yeah, that's true. But their old Paimon was hoping this place would jog Granny Uendai's memory just like the others.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
It's all right. We're not going to give up yet. We'll figure something else out. Just you wait.
Thank you. If only I could remember. Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full...
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong.
Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you can't...
Mount Outsong...
Mount Outsong holds some familiarity to you?
It does, but I...
Are you feeling...
My head... It feels...
Cloud... Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Outsong.
But...
Fret not. All will be well. You and I, you may leave the rest to me. I've prepared something that can aid you in suppressing the fear in your heart and restoring your lost memory.
Wait, really?
I never leave anything to chance. All will reveal itself when we arrive. Here, this is it.
Huh? But isn't this the mechanism that you were tinkering with when we first got here? Oh, is it another invention of yours?
Precisely. A recent one at that. I am most pleased with the result. I call it the Suspensus Somnium mechanism. It periodically releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener subconsciously relax, soothing agitation and anxiety.
Oh, what a cool gap! We could have come to Mount Outsong right off the bat and saved time on a lot of floating!
How preposterous. Had Yuendai not recalled much of her past through her, we Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character,
Paimon thinks she gets it now.
as previously mentioned, a gentle adeptal tune is required to take full advantage of the mechanism. One secured such a tune from Streetward Rambler. Only with her melodies can the mechanism reach its peak power.
Whoa, Paimon can feel...
And you and I. It appears she has already...
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's nearly run its course.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Please. Please, no. Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze, and this is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
Granny! Granny?
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have
Wait, did you just call her? But you already knew each other?
Yes.
Granny, please don't cry.
Oh, don't worry, my dear child. I'm so sorry, everyone. It's all come back to me now. The most important...
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience.
No, it's okay. Now that I show you... Everyone...
Please, Granny, don't force yourself. What happened in the past doesn't matter. I love you more than anything. No.
I know, dear child. Some time ago, I made a terrible...
Is this the sin?
I am, in truth, not a human being. I spent though she never took me on as a formal disciple. I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed her teachings, and time gradually...
50 years ago?
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of... She was the one I looked up to the most, more than... But I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form and fit in with the crowd. Once she learned of my desires, Master prepared. She warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years, and if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time, I would forever forget my past as a crane.
Oh no. So that was the source of your...
Was it because of Grandpa?
Indeed. I fell in love. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to...
Oh no.
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a long letter instead. I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. But that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer from a strain along with my Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a
Granny!
coincidence. Why did I ever think it was a Master? Don't...
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world and hide myself away in perpetuity, the only person I managed to deceive was myself.
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. One found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most
Wait! Paimon! So, Cloud Retainer, you found Yuendai again? But how...
Perhaps it is now time for one to recount the rest of the tale. One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses.
Skyward! Scatter! Rah! Yeah! Yeah!
In truth, one had more than a few misgivings about your chosen partner. But soon, one came to appreciate the devotion he bestowed upon you during your illness. He never uttered a complaint and rarely left your side. Unwilling to begrudge someone of such character, one decided to overlook his aforementioned deficiencies, glaring though they may have been. Wishing to grant you a life without regrets, one gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. Though imperfect, it managed to suppress the more dire effects of your illness. As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did one finally set out for Wangshu Inn. As one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. You showed not even the slightest inkling of recognition. One was quite torn. Should one have celebrated the success of one's disguise, or mourn the loss of your acquaintance? Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter. If you are...
Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Skyward! Scatter! Scatter!
Stray clouds converge!
Skyward! Scatter!
Seize the skies! Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the presence of godly remains. Said godly remains, in turn, were likely drawn to the trace of one scent on your body. One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one's very making. In the end, one was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, one heard to see you happy. That was more than enough.
Skyward!
Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait! But if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale.
Skyward! Scatter!
Just as you and I troubled one with her antics, upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, when one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true Adeptus, because all illuminated cranes are white from tip to toe. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature of one's appearance. You became more than amenable enough when one stood before you devoid of any other coloring. It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, Yuendai was nearly entirely pure white in color. Though you had never encountered her in that form, you still recognized the essence of her being. Perhaps fate brought you two together in more ways than one. Now all has been revealed. One owes you an apology, you and I. One recognized you upon your very entrance into Wanmin restaurant. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shenhe. Indeed, one wished to bring your story to a satisfactory end with this visit to Liyue Harbor. Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through them.
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you...
One has never regarded your action as when it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest. It is the responsibility of an elder to let them fly free. 'Tis a refuge referred to by many a name in mortal writing. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode. One's disciples are free...
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You and I. One expects you too have sensed the rapid deterioration of your... 40 years ago, you chose a path without a future. Even the power of an Adeptus has its limits. Had your condition continued to deteriorate, fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your memories.
So...
One will help her reclaim her original form as a wild crane. If it be fated, she may recover her sentience one day.
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane.
Master, you've already done more than enough for me. I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness. This is a better result than I could have ever hoped for. How much time do I have left?
Not long. The transformation is imminent.
Granny? Please don't leave, okay? You're all I have left. Please!
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life. My only regret is having to leave you behind. Don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong. Promise Granny you'll take good care of yourself when I'm gone.
I promise, Granny. I'll do whatever you say.
Good girl, good girl. Don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny, I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power. When that day comes, we'll be able to live...
good.
That's a good girl. Even though we won't see each other for a little while, as long as we both work hard, we're sure to meet again someday.
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise. And I'll wait for you, no matter how long it takes. I'll wait for you to come back.
That's a good girl. Then Granny really has no more regrets. I'm so sorry, Master.
Yu.
Let her be. At her age, crying is a natural, if not fitting, response to such an event. Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Sometimes there is scarcely a better vehicle to wash away the toll of stress and misery. Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time to rest. Take a nap if you must.
I always believed we would see each other again, that our days of separation would finally end, and all my troubles would be behind me. If only things could stay this way forever.
A nightmare? Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up. Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Grilled chicken drumsticks. Was Paimon sleeping just now? Oh, Paimon, was it...
Madam Adeptus?
Oh, Shuyu, you're awake.
I feel... Madam Adeptus? Could I, ask you something?
Oh, and how...
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong, but... Even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot to show me how much I could become a cool Adeptus like you.
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that.
Thank you so much, Madam Adeptus.
Shuyu, are you... Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like Chinchin and violet grass. If you join them, you'll never enjoy Wanmin Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
How utterly preposterous. One has never enforced such a rule. Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So long as...
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, its location does preclude access to certain finer mortal comforts. That is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbor. Shuyu shall have the honor of becoming one's first disciple in the human world.
Whoa! You're leaving Mount Outsong?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence, yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu, Shenhe, Yuendai... They all chose a life among the mortal world. One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that it is due to some failing on one's part as an elder or master. A failing, perhaps, of recognizing one is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them to remain there. Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is... just a bit...
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds oneself otherwise unoccupied, one would not be opposed to the idea. One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbor. You should take care to avoid disclosing one's true identity.
Don't worry, we'll help you keep it a secret. So, when can we expect to start seeing you in the city?
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has some matters to see to before one's departure. Preparation is the key to success, after all. One plans to put up various items from one's collection for sale. One has already picked out a handsome
Seems like you've really thought of everything. Then how about we meet up in Liyue Harbor?
A sensible plan. See you then. Oh, also, why don't you take this Suspensus Somnium mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime.
Awesome! Thanks! Hey, didn't we promise Shincho that we'd tell him what we found out? Should we make a trip to the Feiyun Commerce Guild? It's totally up to you.
Full throttle! Your concerns are excessive and unfounded. This is but a simple collection of ordinary valuables.
To be quite honest, in what way are any of these ordinary? Every single item here could be worth more than everything I own combined. I simply can't risk shelling out that kind of mora. I have to be careful. Yes.
We're here, Clout. Miss Shenyun,
Perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares. I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years.
Several hundred years?
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see, passed down over many generations, as families are wont to do.
Yep, they've definitely been around a while. We can vouch for her on that one.
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even have the opportunity to behold them with your own eyes. Doubt their authenticity any further, and—
Whoa! Please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss.
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer, then. Traveler, Paimon.
Master! Oh, it's you two again. Hello.
Shiryu! You got a new outfit!
Mm-hmm. Master made it for me. I like it.
Huh? You know how to make clothes?
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, sewing is hardly a challenge.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so—
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably, sort through my stuff a bit first. Everything's kind of messy right now, so maybe you could,
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. No matter. Do what you must, child. Now, this expert you mentioned, when can we expect their arrival?
Soon. Here, allow me to make some introductions. This is Mr. Zhang Li, a well-respected consultant at Wangshang Funeral Parlor and an expert in all manner of valuables and antiques. Mr. Zhang Li, this is Miss Shenyun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of valuables I mentioned earlier.
If it isn't Miss Shenyun.
Indeed.
Quite well, thank you.
I was fortunate enough over the past few...
Huh. So you two are already acquainted?
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Shenyun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields, and oft-celebrated for her impeccable taste.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost in that regard.
Why, you
Not at...
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, I must ask, you two already...
Ha!
Miss Shenyun speaks the truth.
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still harm... I deeply apologize for doubting you. So,
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take this mechanism. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of
All right. Then, in that case, Miss Shenyun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is quite large, how about we start with an initial...
The Northland Bank? Huh.
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays.
Zhongli!
My friends.
We've been great! How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant!
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Shenyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in the city?
I must say, the name Shenyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you.
Whatever for. Am I...
Well, alas...
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the years, Cloud Retainer.
One has indeed. One's previous stays were all brief. Now that one has this city...
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration. Human society possesses limitless potential. In another 1,000 years, the scene we witness here may change in ways that are impossible for either of us to imagine.
That's enough reflection for one day. No need to get all sentimental on us.
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded...
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud.
Oh?
It was a reunion between...
Hardly. 'Twas most certainly out of consideration for the others in attendance. In but a moment, one will show you what it means to have a true deftness of hand. It is settled then. Bamboo One has already passed word to Shenhe Ganyu to make a reservation. It is prime time for them to meet one's newest disciple. Is that agreeable to everyone?
It should be a most splendid occasion.
Shu Yu, come now, it is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr.
A humble employee.
Nice to meet you too.
That should be everyone, right?
Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after...
That sounds...
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon! Hey, wait up!
Try and stop me!
Phew.
Try and stop me! Light it up!
Ad Astra at... Ad Astra...
Rev the engines!